sometimes people, they go like, why? It's so far in the past, like, what does it matter? But I know that there are Egyptians or other Arabs who have seen my performances outside of Egypt seem to connect with it. You know, they recognize it as something personal to their heritage, and that it's really touching to me to know that, like, I'm on the right track. I'm doing the best that I can, and it's showing. Shamadan is a tradition that is associated specifically with professional entertainers, and it showcases their skill of balance while playing finger cymbals, while doing fashk or hod, which is the splits. Anything that makes them shows off their skill and seems more spectacular. And about the weight of the Shamadan, nowadays they're very light. They are usually under 5 pounds. But let me tell you, it's a whole new game trying to really find the balance point. And additional weight actually does help with that. In the same time, you still have to like really take care because of course our necks are quite fragile instruments. And so you have to be careful to train properly so to avoid injury while adding the extra weight that actually helps it balance. I find in Sharqi and Shamadan and the dances of the Awalim and Gawazi, there's this thing that you can't put into words, and that is the beauty of it. I feel like I found myself when I started to perform and learn about Shamadan. Like my very first solo performance, it was going okay. You know, I trained a lot, and at the very end of my performance, I like hit this pose, my candelabra came like crashing down. And so it was sort of this like horrifying, like humiliating thing. But when I went to look at the video, I had this really interesting experience of not being able to stop smiling, which at that point in my dancing, I had never been able to watch myself with so much joy. And since that moment, I have kind of tried to follow that joy as much as possible and develop it because it told me that that was something important.